the ones who get watch duty.
Let it sink under your skin, sink under your skin. Look at me like it's a lesson. Take it all, take it all. I'm not gonna make love,
You saved my
but
life.
I'm down to give a fuck. I'm not gonna make love, and I'm always giving up. I'll stay frozen.
I'm not ready yet.
Bless you.
Wouldn't have made it without you. I'm not ready yet.
Still inside,
Wouldn't have made it without you.
wishing I was somewhere
I'm not ready yet.
Bless you.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Stay hidden in the disguise. Can't remember what it feels like to survive.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet. 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 I need more time.
Starter board. Looks like the core damage of up to 15. So let's follow. Next one. Come over here. That being good skill damage. You could always grab these later, but that's later points. Keep going. Grab Eldritch. So it's the Eldritch board you want to put here too. Grab Eldritch, come up like this. Grab the cooldown of the cooldown is actually what's so important right here. I mean, the non-physical helps. And then we come up, grab this glyph, and we're gonna put an efficacy in there for the potency of the imbuement skills. And then also it benefits this and gives it another 12% imbuement skill damage, bringing it up to 42. So it's pretty good. When we come up here, we're going to put on the Cunning Stratagem board, but we're not going to go towards that. We're just going to go like this. If you don't have the points to get all the way over here and over to here, you can go like this, but this is really good. This is core skill damage. This, no, it's useless, but core skill, core skill, core skill, core skill, skills really well. Core skill, right there. And here we're going to put Exploit. Grab just enough strength, no skills 5 for now. We level that up to 15. Mine's at 14. Once you get to 15, you grab this strength here for 1 free point. And that's it. It's not worth the 2 points for that. I don't think. Snake up here. At least not yet. Maybe we'll come back to that later. But there's other things that are more important now. We're going to come up here and we're going to take the Lyrana's Instinct one, the board, and we're gonna rotate so that glyph's here. We're gonna put Infusion here because you can get a ton of intellect here. So as you can see, that's level 15, so it's 110% skill damage, which is huge. And then also casting the Imbuement skills, which is actually cooldown or Imbuement skills by 1.5 seconds, or 0.5 seconds. Sorry. And that's pretty big. So we're gonna snake up here, grab that, go this way, come back around, snake up here, and then we're gonna work towards this on the Tricks of Fate Paragon next. So the plan is go like this, cut over here, come up here like this. So you're gonna cut here, and then grab. Actually, no. We're gonna go here, like this. Over into here. I don't know for sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but I'm thinking I need to level it up, but I'm thinking that one right there, and then just focus on Dex around that, and it should be a pretty good damage increase and pretty good survivability increase. Skill tree is as follows. So we just 1.1. There's puncture, enhanced puncture, fundamental puncture. I put one into sturdy so I can get 3 siphoning. I know a lot of range builds don't take siphoning, but it still is kind of a QOL. And if you don't want to do that, I can show you where to put your points here. Penetrating shot, we're gonna max this out, and then we're gonna take instant penetrating shot. You can take the improved, but I don't think crit chance really isn't our issue with this build. Knocking these down will give you crit chance here too, more crit chance, or not more than that, but more consistent crit chance. And the slow helps too. I prefer that, and we're almost always at full energy too. So we're gonna come over here. Weapon mastery is a must. It's 15% crit damage. It's pretty it's helpful. And then we're also going to grab this right here so that you'll gain 12% crit chance just by when you use your penetrating shot, or if you use your trap before your penetrating shot, or yeah. So I take concealment. It's my form of unstoppable. It gives you 30% movement speed. Stealth is kind of wonky, but it is what it is. And then you have the energy. It's always nice if you get in a pinch, like if you're doing a nightmare dungeon where your ranged things sap your energy. But anyways, and then this is nice. You can actually follow up with a penetrating shot, even if it's not imbued, just to mark everything with a 6-second foam, because the Paragon one, not that one, this one right here, I believe, exploit, you can only last 3 seconds, and you can only proc it once every 20 seconds, so that's always a bonus. Poison trap, 1 point, knockdown, and 30% chance to reset our imbuement skill cooldowns. Healthy, 18% damage to healthy and injured, so I mean that's basically the same as 18 times 0.55% just straight damage increase, because anything above 20 or above 80, so that's 20%. Anything below 35% takes that 18% damage. So it's like a 9% DPS increase, and it unlocks this, which means this is just straight up 9% because everything's always vuln, especially in single target, like with puncture. Then I slide over here, get precision imbuement. Crit chance is always a bonus. I just put 1 point into shadow imbuement, and then I think I have poison imbuement. I have a couple points. I don't have it maxed out. I don't think. No, I don't. Then shadow crash. The stun is what it is. It's more so you just want one in here. You'll have more than enough energy, but this will always keep your energy topped, and that's important, and we'll get to that why that is important. So shadow imbuement, the crit chance against injured enemies affected by shadow imbuement is what it is. And then I go with the non-physical damage because it's just 12%. They just take 12% more, which isn't exactly 12% because of other modifiers, but it's like an 8% DPS increase, which is better than the vuln on here. Like a 2-second vuln is on the explosion. Like things explode, they die. That vuln is pointless, in my opinion. Shadow or poison imbuement and duration and crits equal more damage. And then
Alright, I'm back.
alright, hold up a second. I'm doing a video for Willie. Definitely I forgot to do that. And then Deadly Venom, just so you can unlock attack speed, and then more importantly debilitating toxins for 15% less damage. I have 1 point in this right now because I have boots. I'll probably take that out. I'm just experimenting with it. I'm just experimenting with it because I took it out of this, and I find that 20% chance is plenty on the innervate. 10% felt a little bit low, but 20% felt right where it wanted to be. And then 1 into adrenaline, just so you can get to this haste. Haste is really strong, so you're never really below the energy, but the movement speed is always nice. I mean, if you wanted to go a more damage-centric build, you could take 2 points out of this and put it in here if you have the boots, or you could just put it straight into your imbuements. Around precision, it's kind of, it feels weird, because we throw 3 daggers like this, and we hit multiple enemies with this. It's not necessarily consistent, but it does help a little bit. Like, you're never getting that, feels like you never get that 40%, you're always in that 4% per stack instead. If you want to go a clear centric build style, you can do this. This is actually kind of fun. I've tried it. It's just different. If it was an arena with multiple bosses, because there are some dungeons like that, this would definitely be better than precision. And then as far as what I do for, I'm only level 80, and then what I do for aspects is I put the barrier. I like the barrier more than most other things. It's handy. I find it saves me quite a bit. I mean, that's a half health barrier. And then the armor per stack, I forget what it's called, disobedience I think it is really good. It's just straight up survival. The corruption imbuement here is it's just straight potency, so it's a multiplier. It's really good. You're always attacking something vulnerable when it matters, or when you need the damage. Yeah, basic skills reduce damage, give you 20% damage reduction. That's really strong. And seeing that we're only taking defensive stats here and here, it's very important to get as high of duration as you can. I've only got a 4.5, but that feels okay. 2 felt like it was falling down here and there. I think 3 to 4 would be okay, but 6 obviously would be better. And to go over stats, I have so if you get double imbuement, cooldown, and health, I think are the best in slot. But Dex is a close second to another imbue. Obviously, I'm missing a rank here, but I could go re-roll it. I should go re-roll it. And then maximum life, imbued skill damage. The reduction from distance enemies is nice. And the damage with skills when swapped to new weapon is kind of garbage. I'd rather have, it's not a dead stat, but it's pretty worthless. I wish I had damage reduction instead. I have the wrong gloves on. Whoops. I have the wrong gloves on. I need to go fix that. I'll show you what... I guess this will be able to show you kind of difference between like an okay stat versus a really good stat on these pair of gloves. Just gonna fight the loading screen boss here. So I did that with the wrong gloves. I was missing about 10% damage.
I need more time.
Cause you on gloves can get, that's penetrating shot ones, right? Yep. Crit damage with imbued skills instead of is strong. I mean, most important is penetrating shots, and for quality of life, attack speed, and then crit chance, and then the next best, and then your 4 stat you'll want will be imbued skilled. Imbued skilled cooldown reduction is really strong here. Allows us to hit our rotations easier. life and damage reduction are good. That those are really only a 3-stat. The damage after killing a lead is, it's not multiplicative, it's additive, so it's meh. Penitent Greaves are best in slot. It's just 7% more damage. Ideally, my crossbow needs some work. Ideally, you're looking for crit damage, vuln damage, stats, so either all stats or dex, and critical strike damage with imbued skills. You can roll both of those, and that is very important. Vuln and crit damage are 1 and 2 respectively, and then crit damage and dex are kind of a wash for if you can only get 3. But if you're 4, that would be your best. Moving over the amulet, my amulet is far from perfect. You can get cooldown reduction. Instead of the damage there would probably be better. I like the movement suit for QOL, but you don't need it. Damage reduction, imbued skills is definitely a must here. That's a lot of damage. Crit chance, crit damage, vuln damage, and ideally I would have health instead of damage to close enemies. And then also I forgot to go over aspects. Aspect I go with Edgemaster here. It's really strong. It's just straight up more damage. We're always at full because of the Shadow Imbuement that we took. And then here I like to go with critical strikes with core skills for attack speed. Just massive QOL. Allows you to perform your tasks makes the build feel fluid, much more fluid. And then ring again, like ideally you'd have ideally for both rings would be crit damage, crit chance, vuln damage, and health would be your 4th, but any other damage one will work in a pinch. And then for the aspect here I go with the expectant, so I mean we're always weaving because we're using combo points, so it's just more damage right there. And then the aspect I go with here is Vengeful, and it just gives you basically 9% crit chance at all times. And then here is where we put our penetrating shot aspect, and then this is actually it's the same stats as the crossbow, so it's core damage and dex are about even. Crit damage is best, vuln damage is 2nd best, crit damage with imbued would be 3rd best, and then dex and core are kind of what you want for your 4th. Doesn't really make a difference either way. It just depends on where your dex is sitting. And then the thing that pulls the whole build together is Condemnation. Focus on the legendary aspect more than the stats themselves within reason. Now if you're saying gaining 2% on the aspect but you're losing a max roll for a min roll, don't do it. But core damage skill is probably the most important on as far as the actual rolls go outside the aspect. Attack speed's nice QOL for your basic skills. The crit chance is really kind of a dead stat, and the damage while dual wielding is a dead stat. Outside of that, I think that covers everything. We are running combo points, and yeah, so that's my penetrating shot build. There's a lot of upgrades I need. Double imbuement helm, crit damage or crit chance or cooldown on my amulet, better rings. These gloves are pretty close to perfect. The rolls are not min-max, but those are the stats you want, and Yeah, I mean, better boots. Definitely have a lot of upgrading to do here. But that's my penetrating shot filled.